Welcome, dear all. This is Sandeep Chaudhary from SU Union Junior College, Pune. Dear students, let's start last part of this poem, The Inch Cave Rock. In this video, we are going to analyze last 5 stanzas of the poem. So, let's start. Stanza number 13. On the deck, the rower takes his stand. So dark it is, they see no land. Quote Sir Ralph, it will be lighter soon, for there is the dawn of the rising moon. Sir Ralph, the rower, came out from his cabin and now he stood on the deck, the outer part of the ship. And standing there, he started looking everywhere because you want to guess, you want to predict the atmosphere's reason, as there was a sudden change. In this four line, poet want to continue the gloom, the sudden change in the atmosphere. And now when the rower is now on the deck of the ship, they can't see land as it is very dark. Sir Ralph Roar assures that the moon will appear soon and there will be light. There is inversion. So dark it is, they see no land. Even first line also, on the deck of the rower take his stand. This is inversion. The rower takes his stand on the deck. It is the proper order, but poet has changed the diction, the word order in this stanza. Even the example of paradox is given in the last stanza. For there is the dawn of the rising moon. Dawn means it is rising thing, rising of the sun. But here poet says rising of the moon. Here Ralph the rower wanted to tell his colleague that definitely, though right now we can't see anything, there is no land, no sea, we are unable to see anything, but definitely the moon will rise soon and there will be light. Stanza number 14. Canst hear, said one, the breakers roar, for methinks we should be near the shore. Now, where we are, I cannot tell, but I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell. Dear students, we come to know that in earlier stanzas, now Ralph the rower ordered his men, we have to return to Scotland shore. So they have started their returning journey, but unfortunately, now atmosphere suddenly changes. Now they are unable to see sunlight. There was complete fog, and now here canst hear. Canst hear means they are unable to hear the Inchcape bell. Canst means you. You hear, said one, the breakers roar? Means the sailor, the boatman said, can you hear? I can hear the loud roar. Roar? Heavy sound of the waves. There is interrogation in the first stanza. Interrogation can be considered as a figure of speech. For me think we should be near the shore. So reply came. Me think, I think we should be near the shore. So this boatman thought that these mariners, sailors thought they are near Scotland shore, and that is why they could hear the roars of the waves. Now, where we are, I cannot tell, but I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell. But now here, there is a discussion between these sailors. They are unable to identify, they are unable to declare the location of the ship because now already the rower, Sir Ralph the rower, had plucked the Inchcape bell, which could give location of the ship to them, but unfortunately now we cannot hear the bell. They thought, he hopes they should be near the shore, but now they regret. If there could be a bell, we could have heard the sound of the Inchcape bell, alarming sound which will declare our position. In third line there is alliteration. Now where we are I cannot tell. Let's start stanza number 15. They hear no sound, the swell is strong, though the wind had fallen, they drift along, till the whistle strikes with a shivering shock. Oh Christ, it is the Inchcape Rock. Now, in stanza number 15, we come to know that, but no sound was there. Now they are trying to listen the roaring sound, but they try to listen the Inchcape bell sound, but unfortunately bell is not there, so they are unable to listen any alarming message from the bell. So they hear no sound, the swell is strong. Swell means tide, waves. The waves of the ocean are very powerful, massive, and they are only creating sound. The roar and his team are drifting along with the ship. They are already returning to the Scotland shore, but unfortunately, now they are near the Inchcape Rock. And here, due to now there is no bell at all. They are unable to become cautious. They are unable to become alert. And then, though the wind had fallen, drift along, and the wind is also very powerful. And then, till the whistle strikes with a shivering shock. Oh Christ, it is Inchcape Rock. And suddenly, the whistle gets a jerking, a jolt. They all realize that there are particular shivering shock of the ship, because the ship has hit the mountain, the Inchcape Rock, that massive rock. And finally they came to know that they realized, they are shouting, oh Christ, unfortunately we have struck, we have hit the Inchcape Rock only. And here in stanza number 15 only we come to know that, as you sow shall you reap. The roar has had plucked down the bale, and now the bale which tried to save lives of various many sailors, mariners, but the roar only cut down the bell, and unfortunately, he has to pay the heavy price for it. Their ship only struck on the Inchcape Rock, and they now realize a heavy jerk. Stanza number 16 now. Sir Ralph the Roar tore his hair, he cursed himself in his despair. The waves rush in every side, the ship is sinking beneath the tide. And when the ship struck the Inchcape Rock, what happened afterwards? Now, Sir Ralph the Rover come to know that the ship is dismantled, broken into pieces. Now it started sinking in the ocean. And when Sir Ralph the Rover came to know that now ship is going under the water, he started showing his frustration. He started pulling his hair. And most important, now he started cursing himself for his evil action. It was evil deed when he plugged the Inchcape bell, which tried to save life of many mariners, but he has to pay. He now trying to regret for his own action, but now there is no time for regret. He started cursing himself. Meanwhile, the water fills in every corner. The water started entering into the ship, and the ocean tried to get the ship in its clutches and started sinking the ship under the water. Despair means disappointed. The ship is sinking beneath the tide. Now, this sentence shows that no one saved. With even the Ralph the Rover went under the water. The ship is sinking. There is alliteration again. The ship is sinking beneath the tide. Poet tried to show here feeling of the rower villain. Robert Southey's style of narration is very unique. In a very unique style, he tried to narrate the story, and in this stanza, we come to know that now rower and all the sailors who tried to rob others, they had collected wealth, their ship is full of money, but now it started sinking, it started going down the water. Let's see stanza number 17. Now this is the last stanza. But even in his dying fear, one dreadful sound could the roar hear, a sound as if with the Inchcape bell, the devil below was ringing his knell. See, very beautiful imagination done by the poet here. But even in the dying fear, now the roar came to know that he is going to die because Sir Ralph the rower started drowning. The ship started sinking, and he knew that he is going under the water. He's clutches in the clutches of the ocean, and he's not going to escape. So, in this stanza of the poem, Roar is dying when he hears a sound like the ringing of the Inchcape bell. Now he started assuming he is listening bell, and it was actually the bell of the death. It was actually the his a death knell that evil means devil himself was ringing. The devil started calling, and he started ringing the bell, and the sound the bell stand for death. Here the devil below was ringing his knell. Knell means the sound of a bell rung solemnly after the death or at the funeral announcement of the death. In Christianity, after once the death is declared, there is a bell sound is created after announcement of the death. So the bell was even see in we come to know that in stanza number 8 only Rohor plucked down, cut down the bell. Now bell went down. Bale entered in the water, it was lying underneath, and Rover also started his journey towards the bell. The bell was under the water, there devil was waiting for him, and he wanted to punish him, he wanted to give him death sentence. So, in this poem, the Inchcape Rock, we come to know that as you sow shall you reap. The abbot of the Avratok, the holy nobleman, the priest, installed the bell and tried to save life of thousands, many sailors. But Sir Ralph the Rower, unfortunately, the wicked man, evil, villainous character, he cut down the bell and finally he has to pay heavy price for his act. I hope you enjoyed all parts of the poem. Thank you very much.